I feel freaking tremendous. I'm training constantly. The brand's in a great place. They're doing really cool things, cool people like yourself. And I'm just happy to be here.
Are you going to be a part of this White House card?
I don't know. I'm definitely training constantly for the opportunity. My goal is to just show Dana how serious I am about being in the event, and I hope he chooses me. But ultimately, it's in his hands. He's the boss.
It's got to be a good sign that you're here, though. Like with CBS and Paramount Plus and this big UFC deal. I feel like if you weren't in everyone's good graces right now, I probably wouldn't be talking to you, right?
Exactly. It's a great sign that I'm not only here, but a part of the production, a part of the show.
You're getting back into it.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
explain it, break it down for us a little bit?
I was retired. I felt like I was at a place where I've done it all in the MMA space, and felt like there wasn't too many more challenges for me, and I just wanted to do something more than championships and money. And Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House Garden, and that just seems like such a huge opportunity. I'm a very proud American. I have a lot of close friends that are in the military, and this is my act of I can't call it service, but just to be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world to me. So I'm back.
I love that.
I'd love it too. Has anybody fought at the White House before, like officially?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I heard there was a boxing match many years ago at the White House.
Okay.
MMA will be the first.
Jones insists he's focused, he's ready, and he's back for real this time. But Dana White isn't buying it. To him, Jones is all talk. Talented, yes, but unreliable when it matters most. That's why the UFC boss has closed the door on Jones being part of such a historic card. And then there's Tom Aspinall. The interim heavyweight champ has been blunt. Fans shouldn't get their hopes up. In his view, Jones had his opportunity and let it slip away.
First and foremost, are you retired?
I am not retired. I'm actively training 5 days a week, and I'm in the UFC's drug testing pool.
Great. And what's the status of the fight at the White House?
I don't really know. It's kind of out of my control right now. I'm training for the event. I'll be ready for the event. That's my goal. That's my intention. But ultimately, it's up to the boss.
I think there's a petition for Jones to vacate the title. It got like 130,000 signatures. Did you see that?
Jesus Christ. I mean, it is getting kind of crazy. I mean, on one hand, it's Jon Jones. On the other hand, it's like Tom Aspinall's been winning all these fights. And didn't he defend his interim belt? Pretty sure that's insane. Like, defending your interim belt.
It's his final fight, obviously.
Yeah.
And like, I think he's just trying to get the biggest possible bag he can.
I want to be compensated to the point where if I won or lost, that it really wouldn't matter.
What would it take to fight Tom Aspinall from the UFC? Like, what does the UFC got to do?
Said something real wild on off the cuff. I'll see you guys later.
That's it.
Yeah,
right.
Thanks for the happy
Jon
beer.
Jones, the legend.
There's been so much speculation about the White House card. Is there anything that Jon could do where you could say, okay, I actually trust him?
Let me ask you, what do you think Jon would do in the next couple of months that would make me trust putting him on the White House card?
Well, I would not trust him, but I would like to see him fight Aspinall on that card down the road.
So I already said that I don't trust him, and you're asking me what could he do for me to trust him in the next 3 months? You don't trust him.
Well, yes, but you talk to him. I don't.
Yeah, no, I don't talk to him either. I haven't talked to him at all. If I had to make odds, it's 1,000,000,000 to 1 that I put Jon Jones on the White House card.
All right, I think that ends the questions on it.
Yeah.
Did Trump tell you he was going to make that announcement?
No.
We're going to have a UFC fight, the grounds of the White House.
I don't even know how many people can get in. Whoever actually gets to be there live, it will be such a unique, amazing experience in their lifetime. When the fight is going on, one whole side will be the White House, and then the other side will be the Washington Monument. So we will absolutely put on the baddest card of all time.
McGregor hasn't been in a while. I saw right when this came out, he was back in the ring. Jones.
You jump back in the pool. So the dream main event right now would be Aspinall versus Jones.
Is it possible that McGregor and Jones would fight on the same card?
Could be.
Hey, so they've announced this White House UFC fight. What do you think about that?
I think it's exciting. Very exciting.
Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have very strong feeling that I'll be on that card.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any possible names you think?
Well, no, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. I feel like it'd be only fitting to have an American guy fight for the championship that night.
I'd be willing to put it all on the line.
Nice.
For many fans, this feels like just the latest twist in the ongoing Jon Jones saga. After stepping away, vanishing from the spotlight, and steering clear of Tom Aspinall for more than a year, Jones has now rejoined the USADA testing pool and declared his return.
Jon versus Tom would be the biggest fight ever at the White House, and even Dana has talked about it, that would be the wish list. Is that something that you even think about or use as that could be a goal, or because of the past year, you won't allow yourself to even get too worked up over that?
Do you want me to be honest? It has spent 0 seconds in my mind. That's it. I'm not interested, mate. Not interested. And the world shouldn't be interested either, because what's the point? It's false hope. It'd be a cool experience, but I'm not I feel like the Americans should get the shot at the White House. I don't do anything there apart from pay taxes and fight there. So really all of that stuff just is irrelevant to me, to be honest with you.
Right now, guys, we don't have an American in the top 10 pound for pound. We don't have an American in the top 10 pound for pound. We don't have an American champion outside of Kayla Harrison, now that Jon Jones retired. So who do we send out there on July 4th to get a victory? I say send Jon Jones. He's going to win. That's what he's done his whole career. If it's going to be somebody that we have to trust to win for the country, you send that dude.
Jon Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially the White House card.
There, that Jon Jones was never, not even if you put a fucking gun to his head, going to take that fight. Just look at the language Jones has been using from day one about Tom Aspinall. Why would I gamble my legacy on someone like him? Jon Jones, gamble. You win every fight, don't you? You're guaranteed to win every fight. You can beat anyone. Every fight, if you're the best fighting the best, is a bit of a gamble. But you're the heavyweight champion of the world. You're supposed to go on and do that. I've never ever known a champion who tells everyone how great they are and yet doesn't want to fight the best challenger. I tell a lie. Actually, I do remember one time, Tyson Fury, when he did not want to fight Alexander Usyk. Oh, he's not a big enough name. Oh, and he made all the excuses in the world. And guess what? Usyk beat him twice. And this is exactly why Jon Jones doesn't want to take that fight, because he can see what the fuck is on the way. Jones spent the majority of his career as a heavyweight, boiling down to light heavyweight, beating guys who are actually middleweight, aside from one or two. And by the way, he scraped through those ones. When people were equal to him in size, that was where he actually struggled. Dominic fucking Reyes beat him, in my opinion, for Christ's sakes. And who the fuck is he? No offense. He's certainly not Tom Aspinall. In Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones, with his high fighting IQ, which I won't take away from him, he is a very smart fighter, and that's what the problem is here, is he's not able to delude himself into thinking, oh, I'll just beat him, right? He sees everything, and that's part of the reason why Jones has managed to win so many fights, is he sees everything, and he analyzes, and he comes up with good game plans. He's a smart fighter, but he can't do this with Tom Aspinall. He looks at him and goes, right, okay, he's faster. Fuck me, he's way faster. And he's bigger. That's not normal. And he hits way harder than anyone I've ever fought in my entire fucking life. And he's banging out heavyweights in the first round. Big, massive heavyweights. I've been fighting smaller guys the majority of my career, and he's out there blasting out heavyweights. Fuck. If I go in there, there's every chance I'm getting dropped in the first round and put away.
Aspinall is locked in on his next test, Cyril Gane in Abu Dhabi. If he gets through that challenge, the obvious blockbuster for the White House card would be Aspinall against Jon Jones. But Tom isn't buying into the storyline. He doesn't trust Jones, doesn't think the fight will ever materialize, and has dismissed him as nothing more than a distraction. Meanwhile, the MMA world is split down the middle. Some fans are blasting Dana White, arguing that Jon Jones is the greatest to ever step inside the octagon, the fighter who carried the UFC for years, and that he deserves the spotlight no matter what.
Tommy needs to focus on the next task. I remember when I lost to Matt Serra, I was making the mistake of trying to focus on Matt Serra to get my revenge immediately. But I had a few other fights lined up before to get that. And if he's only focusing on Jon Jones, and if Jon Jones does not come back right away, he's not focusing on the right thing. He needs to focus on what is next, the next path. Because the rest, it's a distraction, and things that needs to be done will be done. I don't know what Jon will do, but as a fan, I would love to see this fight. I mean, Because in terms of legacy and accomplishment, Jon Jones is the best, you know what I mean? And I understand Tom from his point of view that he's a proud fighter, he wants to be the best, but now it's all depend on what Jon want to do. If
Jon Jones, Tom Aspinall, I love...
Weird you mentioned both of them at the same time like that.
Of course.
You put them together.
Well, they need to fight to find out who's the best guy.
GSP, why is that fight not happening?
Well, it could be for two reasons. It's either that Jon Jones is using a strategy to have more money.
You could say it, GSP. Go for it. Come on, say what you want to say.
But I think that's why he's doing it. You know, if he's doing it just to hold the title, to surf the wave, this is not. And if he has no intention of coming back, that's not right. You know. But if he does it for as a strategy to have more money, I can understand why. But I think that the UFC needs to do something to get things moving. Either pay him what he wants, or like make negotiation happen, or get things moving. Because athletes as a window, they can't wait forever. And when that window is passed, your money-making machine is broke, is finished.
Gun to my head, if I had to choose, I would probably say Jon Jones would win. Wow. It's all I've seen him do. I've seen him fight. He's right. He's everyone. This is always the next best guy. This guy's going to beat me. This guy's going to beat Jon Jones. And what does Jon do? He vanquishes him. He beats him.
They said it about Gustafsson.
They said it about Gustafsson. Said it about me. Said it about Rashad. Said it about Rampage. Said it about Cyril Gane. I mean, he dirtied Cyril Gane up.
I mean, the man been away for 100 years and walked through Cyril Gane like Cyril Gane was me. That was embarrassing, DC. DC, that was embarrassing. DC, that was embarrassing.
I be trying to stay off of Cyril, man, because I like Cyril. Yo, when Cyril was on the ground and he looked at him I was like, he looked like he saw a ghost. He was so in awe of Jon that he couldn't even compete with him. I was like, bro, he about to fight for the world title again. Imagine if Cyril Gane win and Jon go, okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
Boy, that would piss somebody off. That would piss people off.
Jon Jones is the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Now it's undeniable. Until he submitted Cyril Gane and became the heavyweight champion, no one could with that.
Smashed him, bro. Cyril looked kind of unbeatable up until the Francis fight.
I watched Francis Ngannou on that last fight. Francis, in the last rounds, could barely move his feet. He could barely lift his legs. He was walking so slowly. Francis wins his fights by first round knockout, second round knockout. Francis outworked Cyril Gane. I outworked Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier outworked the shit out of Francis. But Francis, the guy who outworked Cyril Gane, since when has Francis become a guy who outworks others? His gift is knockout power. He got outworked by Francis. That tells me a lot.
Cyril Gane has a wrestling problem. Imavov uses a jab to blind Gane's vision, immediately changing levels and shooting a clean double leg, wrapping the knees to take him down. He rides Gane's back, sagging his weight and returning him to the mat every time he tries to stand, as Gane attempts to break the grip by pushing down on the hands and running laterally to create space. Imavov trips out the far leg, regaining dominant top position. When Gane tries to scramble up again, he's caught in a tight guillotine. Can Cyril Gane beat Tom Aspinall?
Whether it's late this year or early next, Jon Jones will fight again. And that cracks the door wide open to some of the biggest heavyweight super fights imaginable. Could we finally see Jones versus Aspinall? Will the long-promised clash with Stipe Miocic be revived? Or does Jones hold out for a blockbuster money fight with Francis Ngannou if he returns from boxing? The possibilities are endless, but the shadow of mistrust still follows Jones, and that's what makes his comeback so polarizing.
If you have the steroid accusations, you can't be the GOAT. I agree completely.
There's been other fighters who have been,
Jon will never have losses. That's what he saves himself.
So you wouldn't even rank Jon at all?
In terms of fighting skills, that dude is good. He beat me. I also recognize he's probably not the only guy I fought that had performance enhancers. He was just the only one I couldn't beat. So at the end of the day, he still won the fight. My frustration is, why did it happen every time?
We all agree when it comes to just
skills
and technique of fighting.
He good, man.
What he was able to do. Jon doesn't knock guys out, boom, boxing with his hands. But I'm talking about putting together a complete fight.
So many different weapons. And how can you not respect that? Look, be like Chael. Say it. I did steroids. So what? Steroids don't help you fight. They help you train. Inside that octagon, though, that's not the steroids. That's Jon Jones' fighting ability. They're talking about a White House fight card? Hey, man, we got to have some Americans win. I don't like Jon Jones. There's no secret. The whole world knows it. I say, man, y'all better put Jon Jones on there. Because right now, we ain't got one American
American in the top 10 pound for pound. I said, if y'all want an American dude to go get a victory, put Jon Jones in there because he gonna win. That's what he does.
Yeah, we just can't have foreigners coming in and winning all the fights at the White House.
Hey, I'm calling him Captain America. Somebody gotta win. I bet if he's weighing 215, he would fight Tom Aspinall better than him weighing 245 pounds. In his 205 frame, he could fight Tom Aspinall better than he'd fight him at that 250 because that's not his weight class. While he didn't last long with Cyril, he didn't look as fast. He carried more weight. Cyril just did some weird stuff. And John, you don't make mistakes against John.
Tom Aspinall? God damn. It's like you risk going down as no matter what, you don't have to fight again. Greatest of all time. People will say that. You're the greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. Jon Jones. Or you risk it. Go fight Tom Aspinall. Possibly lose. And then it's like, he was the greatest. Then they're saying, yeah, but he wasn't in his prime.
He's the fastest, quickest, most powerful heavyweight on the planet. He's the favourite against Jon Jones. And no man alive can beat Tom Aspinall, in my humble opinion. And that's with the greatest of respect to Jon Jones.
Toe came out of his skin when he fought me. He wrapped it himself to go to the press conference. He didn't want to miss his press conference. So he wraps it himself because the doctors refused. That's inappropriate treatment. We're not going to do that. We're taking you to the hospital. This is a tough guy. And when it comes to grit, and you gotta have it, we know for sure that Jon does. Now, that doesn't mean that Tom does not. But we don't know that. And we don't know that those punches are as hard and as fast with equal accuracy.
Some say Aspinall can this, can that. However, it all comes down to experience. Jon Jones is an experienced guy, so I think he will beat Aspinall.
Now, do you think Aspinall beats him?
Yeah, I would pick him. Like, I would go 55% him. Obviously, it's not going to be a landslide. Like, we're going against Jon Jones. He's a legend. He's got all the weapons.
But I think Tom Aspinall has the speed, the athleticism, and the power to give Jon Jones problems. You know, Tom Aspinall is still young and he's still getting better, but I think this version of Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall can beat him. I feel comfortable saying that, just because you have somebody who's going to take the fight to Jon Jones, and I'd be scared.
Others side with Dana, pointing out that Jones has burned his credibility, dodged Aspinall, and simply can't be trusted to headline a stage this massive. And caught in the middle is Tom Aspinall himself, laser focused on Cyril Gane, yet constantly bombarded with Jon Jones questions is clearly tired of answering. But here's the twist. Even if Jones is locked out of the White House card, his re-entry into the UFC testing pool signals one thing. His comeback is real, and the Octagon will see him again.
Is without doubt willing to walk away from his biggest payday of his entire career, what he described as fuck you money, where he can go in, if he loses it doesn't matter because he's going to get so paid, he won't have to worry about anything ever again, and yet he's still saying no. That is how afraid he is of getting the shit beaten out of him by Tom Aspinall. And that says everything about the psyche of Jon Jones, in my opinion. A lot of the UFC fans now, they weren't around when we were watching Jon Jones begin his career in MMA, when they seen the rising of what we thought was the Michael Jordan of MMA. And what a rise it was, don't get me wrong. It was entertaining, it was impressive, and it was amazing to watch such a young guy do the things he was doing. But honestly, it's been a real disappointment in the long run, especially now. And these fans who are around now, who are only knowing Jon Jones as the guy who's the UFC heavyweight champion, but he doesn't want to fight the best challenger that there is. Like, that's the lasting impression. The final thing that you leave behind, your final moments as a champion, are what really defines a lot of your legacy. And he is going to go down as the biggest duck of all time, the way he's behaving right now. And that's what he'll be remembered as, more than anything. Yeah, he had a good run, he beat a lot of fucking middleweights, but when the big man came to knock on his door, he was too scared to open the fucking door. That's the truth. And that's what he'll be remembered for. And for the rest of his life, make no mistake about it, everywhere he goes, Tom Aspinall's name will fucking haunt him, because it'll be the one he refused to fight. And Tom Aspinall now can go along his merry way and everyone will know you beat him. You were willing to show up, he wasn't. Playground rules, you won. You're the man who was so dangerous, the big bad Jon Jones wouldn't even get in the fucking cage with you. He literally said it. on my podcast. I will retire Jon Jones without even having to fight him because he hasn't got the fucking balls for it. And he didn't. It's all been proven true. And it's funny because to me, fighters who win all the time, all right, that's great, right? But actually, how much have you challenged yourself within your career?
Guys, why are we still talking about Jon? He's retired. He's done. I said a thing a long time ago, and you guys know me personally. I'm not a disrespectful guy.
Yeah, you're not.
But I said a thing a long time ago that I'm going to retire Jon without even fighting him, and
you did.
That's what's happened.
Right now, the stigma is clear. Dana White doesn't trust Jon Jones. Tom Aspinall doesn't care about Jon Jones. And the MMA community doesn't know what to believe anymore. Jones insists he's training 5 times a week, that is raring to go, that is ready for war. But until he actually steps inside the octagon, it's all just words. The White House card will go on without him, but the heavyweight division feels like it's holding its breath. Because when Jon Jones finally does return, one thing is certain: drama will explode all over the fight world.